About 2 years ago, WildBrain started animating Ninjago. Despite the change, it became clear that just like the previous era, there were still going to be some incredible episodes for each season. Today, Ninjago YouTuber Rida and I take a look at the best episode of every WildBrain season. Hey guys, welcome back for a new collaboration. We will be splitting up Season 11 into its 2 chapters, but that's really all I have to say. Let's begin.
For the fire chapter, I think the best episode is Never Trust a Human, which is episode 11. It's a flashback that tells us the story of Yongu and young Garmadon meeting Asphira and teaching her the secret of Spinjitzu. I really enjoy watching this episode because it's well written and it tells us an interesting story about Wu's past as a child. It also gives more context to the fire chapter story, which makes us understand why Asphira was so mad at Wu.
As for the ice chapter, this one might be a bit controversial, but we picked the last of the 4 legs. I don't really care that this is a so-called anime episode. I think in some cases this animation actually benefits this episode. This episode overall feels very magical, especially the scene where Akita finds her animal form. It's an excellent scene with an excellent soundtrack, but this episode is also pretty tragic. That's another area where this episode excels. I think the emotion is great, and I also like how this episode touches on Vex's mental issues too. We learned that Vex probably has paranoia, and I think it was a great call to make him part of this episode too, and explore his backstory.
For Prime Empire, I think the best episode is Game Over, which is the final episode of Season 12. Unagami break into the real world and terrorize Ninjago City, while Jay, Zane, and Pixel try to reunite Unagami with his creator, Milton Dyer. The best thing about this episode is the scene with Unagami and Dyer. It's so emotional to see them talk with each other like father and son. Then we see them go home together. It's an amazing episode.
Obviously, for Season 13, how could we not go with the finale? Hands down one of WildBrain's best episodes, and features one of the show's best fights. Cole vs. the Skull Sorcerer is insane. It is the best animated Ninjago fight by far. Cole's flashback to his mom is also a great part. I think the Spinjitzu Burst scene has a wonderful soundtrack. I feel like this is a great conclusion to a great season. The Cole focus is fantastic. As Ninjago fans, this is what we wanted for years, and it didn't disappoint.
For the island, I think the best episode is the Keepers of the Amulet, which is the second episode of this season miniseries. In this episode, there's 3 major events: the ninjas meeting Zippy, the friendly dragon, the fight with the Stone Guardians, and Lloyd escaping while the other ninja are captured by the Keepers. The most enjoyable moment in this episode is the fight with the statues, because the teamwork is great and the animation is incredible.
Last but not least, our favorite episode of Seabound was, again, the finale. I think this is actually my favorite WildBrain episode, period. Nia's departure is a very depressing and sad scene, and is done so well. It's a great send-off for her. Nia's memorial, it was really nice to see a lot of returning characters, and the final scene, which shows she is still happy and alive, is the perfect final addition. I also really love the fights. Nia vs. Wajira is a very climactic battle, but also stuff like Jay vs. Kalbar. Jay's emotion is excellent. And also Benthamar vs. Kalbar, the confrontation that should have happened a long time ago. And that is all for our collaboration. Please be sure to subscribe to Rida's channel, the link is below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, share with anyone and everyone you know. Share your thoughts on your favorite WildBrain episodes, and I'll see you guys next time.